So here we are on the 16th of June 2019. So yes, one could say we are midway through June now, and certainly different weather to this time last year, where if I remember correctly, we were going through that period of dry weather. But I'm not complaining. We've got some water in the old water butts. The plants outside like it, and there we go. So yeah, I've been having a look around to see what's been going on, and things really are moving now. The plants are showing, some degrees of progress, and I thought I would do the older Sunday afternoon tour so you can see what's going on. So let's make a start over here. So let's make a start on the old blood orange, which just gets bigger and bigger every time I look at it. So we are carrying a crop here, so quite happy about that. You've seen this all before, of course, if you are a regular viewer to my channel, but this is the sort of thing I do like to see, and I'm starting to get here we go, the Dixie Red Peach. Now it's not going to be long before the older peaches here are ready. Once we get this little red blush on there, probably be ready in about 3 weeks, I reckon, these lovely peaches. I spoke a lot about this tree, so I won't go too much into it today. But yes, it won't be very long now before I can have some lovely peaches. Oh, go look, nice, particularly there you go. Look at that one there. Look, nice one, isn't it? Right there, look, zoom in. I'm actually loving my I'm loving my new mobile phone here with the new camera. Certainly very nice. The old phone was brilliant, to be honest. But it never had a didn't have a memory card with it, so the memory was so small, and as you know, a lot of my videos used to get cut off halfway, but nonetheless the phone served me well. But now I have this one, so hopefully better quality videos. Well, as far as my editing skills will allow them to be better quality anyway. Now, so the old snake beans, I mean, you can really see the progress now. Look, growing all the way up the canes. Won't be long now before they start putting out some flowers, and hopefully we'll have some nice, snake bean crops. So that'll be nice. The old tomatoes down there starting to now, you see, just if I can get you one, look, starting to show flowers now. So these are different varieties of tomatoes. These are sort of Eastern European varieties. I've got some money makers as well, but a bit of variety, something a bit different. And I thought, why not? Hey, let's give them a go. Down there, look, you see the old coffee and tea plants looking cool, and the strawberries. Won't be long now before I get some lovely strawberries. Now, a while ago, someone did comment on my lack of strawberry plants, and that is in fact very, very true indeed. And to be honest, over the last few years I really hadn't given them a lot of thought, but now that's been said, as soon as once I got that comment, I thought, what, yeah, so I've got how many have I got? I've got 6 strawberry plants in here and about 6 outside, so all being well they'll put out runners, and I should be, they're all variety Cambridge favourite. I should be able to build, take runners from them, and then, get like a sort of strawberry collection. So that's going to be working on the strawberries. I definitely am. Now, what else have we got? So if we look, oh yes, the Yuzu. Well, that is doing, very well. Here we go. Look, first bit of blossom on the old Yuzu. Not bad, considering I've only owned the tree for like 3 weeks or something. I'm trying to see if I can just. There you go, look, nice yellow bit in the middle. Just trying to show you there. It'd be lovely to get a yuzu fruit, wouldn't it? Or a few yuzu fruits, There you go, look at that. Lovely. And now remember these, look. See, so I purchased these varieties of this is Venus, varieties of grapes, and they weren't the most impressive specimens, to be honest, and that's Muller Thurgau. But I literally thought, well, you know what, they've obviously, for whatever reason, they have been sent to me, and I thought I would give them a chance, and they're starting to grow, and in a way it's intriguing to see the sort of see them grow from just a new grafted variety, to to what they're hopefully going to be in a few years. And this variety of grape here, this was from a cutting I took myself I think it's Muscat Blanc, but you know, it's coming on lovely, really. I'm very happy. And over here you can see now, this is Autumn Royal. You can see I've got my little bunches of grapes starting to form up there, so I'm going to be having a decent crop, considering this vine's only been in the ground, you know, like this will be its second, we're currently on its second year. Oh, a little bug there, look. What's that bug? Is that bug down there, look? If I put the brightness up, you might be able to see it. There you go. Whoa, man, that's green. Yeah, look, a bug. Yeah, bit more of a crop. Just going to take the brightness down. There you go. So yeah, that's pretty good. It's just going to go crazy here. I mean, look, we're all the way up to hit. Stop it. That's better. Right, we're all the way up to here now. Look, so all the way there. Look, all the way there. And I tell you what, if you want to get crops quicker, a polytunnel or greenhouse is the way to go. Okay, or one of the ways to go. But I mean, they're just growing all the way along there. Look, massive. It's going to be, imagine grapes are all hanging down here. It's going to be great. Now, we've got a degree of wind out here, so I truly hope that... What's going on now? Sorry. It's gone dark. That's better. I truly hope that, you know, it's not too bad in the terms of wind bashing on the camera. But yeah, so now the old squashes here, I mean, these are just amazing. I mean, look at them. These are going to be, look at that, look, these are going to be brilliant. They truly are. And this is variety Queensland Blue from the Real Seed Company. So I really suggest you check out the Real Seed Company if indeed you can. This is Victor Winter Squash. So these are all long keeping squashes, and it looks like there I may even have a flower. What's this one? This is variety, I'm just on the tip of my tongue, this is Volskaya Blue, that's it. But yeah, so different varieties of squash there. I'm probably going to be moving these away from here and putting them somewhere else. I chose to grow them in containers simply because I wanted to see what could be done with growing hungry plants like squashes in containers. So yep, should be good. And up here, look, we've got the old runner beans all looking brilliant. This is Benning's Green Tint Squash. And here I'm cultivating some weeds as well, so why not? And some moneymaker tomatoes there. Right, now we'll speak very briefly, because now let's just try. I mean, it's not ready yet, of course it's not, but I'm not I'm not massively concerned about. I just want this tree to do sort of establish itself this year, because it I only moved it, you know, in the winter months. Yeah, variety Stella, nice. Of course, that fruit needs a bit longer, but lovely. So it's re-establishing itself in its new home this year rather. Next year it should be, you know, brilliant. So yeah, lovely. Okay, so I've had a few people ask me about growing sort of trees in small spaces. Now, this is a minaret, okay, meaning a vertical cordon. It's variety Stella, a Canadian variety of cherries, the first self-fertile to be introduced to the UK, I believe. Can't remember the year, might be the 60s, but there we go. Now, you can actually, you know, you could grow this in a pot. Of course, you have to regularly water it, and you can get minarets now of, you know, many varieties of apples, plums, cherries, you know, dwarfing rootstocks, meaning you know, controlling the eventual height of the tree. Now, some people say that you know, cherries cannot be controlled with rootstocks, but this has probably been in the sort of possession of myself for about 6 or 7 years now, this tree, and it hasn't really, in the way of, you know, it hasn't really grown that much. But you know, so dwarfing rootstocks, you could look into that. Good companies you can get them from. There's Blackmore Nursery is a good one that I've used before. Mail Order Trees is a good one. Ken Muir, which is an Essex company, I've used those before. Another one which is also an Essex company is Pomona Fruits. and you can buy all this stuff from them. Of course, you can always graft your own trees as well. I've got videos on that as well as other people. But yeah, you know, you can grow fruit trees if you've only got a small garden, or indeed just got, you know, a container to grow fruit trees in. You know, whether it's cherries, apples, plums, pears, whatever. You know, you can grow them. And obviously peaches as well, but you've got to be mindful of the peach leaf curl. But I've spoken a lot about that before. Yep, and we're going to have a beautiful pear crop this year. Okay, so I like to show, well, I don't like to show my failures, but I do show my failures because I think it's part of, you know, it's very important that I do that, because in gardening things don't always go according to plan, and that's part of it. But a bit of this one broke off. We had some high winds. I hadn't tied it up properly. There you go, that's broke. I'm going to leave it on there because it might. Sometimes they do fix themselves. As I'll show you something else in a minute. But you know, it's dying back a bit there. But there's plenty more of it, and it'll come back. So it's not a big deal. Yeah, like this one here. Look, blimey. There you go. Look, that broke, and it did recover with some flower arranging tape, and it's certainly not affected the sort of growth of the vine really too much when taken sort of long term. Spoke a bit about this mite before, okay, but in case it's the first time you've seen my channel, this is like a mite, okay, that gets in the vine, but it's more cosmetic than anything. Doesn't cause any damage to the vine nor the crop, and a lot of treatments are very ineffective against it, so thankfully it doesn't actually cause any real harm. It just looks quite unsightly. But next year this should be carrying an absolutely beautiful crop. And we've got a small crop on this. Oh, why has it gone dark for? There you go, we've got a small crop on there, but yeah. Okay, so the taberries are coming on now. Could eat this like this. It'll be sort of a sharpish in taste. I don't mind that, to be honest. But what, you know, I think it's recommended you leave them to get like deep red if you want the most sort of nutritional and sweetest taberry that you can get. But you can see carrying a huge crop on here. They fruit on last year's growth. Okay, so the all the bits where you see the fruit on came from the plant last year. So you can see, like, so what you got. Would have been last year's sort of growth here, and then it puts out these little spurs, and that's where you get your fruit on. So yeah, lovely jubbly. So yeah, broad beans, all looking good. Hoping that you know, should do well there. Nice broad beans down there. Yeah, where are we going? I did see a nice big broad bean somewhere. Come on, oh, there you go. When they're sort of, there you go, when they're small, you can eat the pods, but they're starting to form beans inside now, and I like to get the beans, and there you go. And if you let some go to seed, you can save the plants from year to year. Save the seeds, you know what I mean, to propagate your own. I'm going to, it's too breezy, I'm sorry, this is probably awful on the camera. I'm just going to, you know, pan the camera around just so you can see. So the spinach in the Swiss chard is great, and here the potatoes aren't going to be long variety to 0A till they're ready. And this one of my own home grafted trees is putting out growth. This is an apple, but I forgot to document, or I lost what variety it was, but it's putting out growth. So yeah, it's doing well. Hopefully a crop next year. There we go. Okay, so there we go. So you can see there's lots happening, lots coming on. So yeah, I've got plenty of things, little projects that I want to be working on. Next week we'll go into the sort of melons that you know, I'm growing, but don't expect anything that good, okay? Because the project is not going that well, to be honest, this year. But you know, I've grown melons before, and in, you know, many ways growing them in sort of the UK, they're more of a curiosity than they are to be considered a sort of a staple crop, if you know what I mean. So I'm not that worried. I'm more concerned about, you know, my things like my beans and my kale and my spinach and the chard, you know, stuff that, you know, does give a good yield generally. So that's what I'm more sort of concerned about. But yeah, so there we go. I'm going to be working on loads of things over the winter. when it comes. I want to be getting into things like you know, worms. I've had wormeries before, you know, tiger worms and all that. Done all that, but the little project here is still in its infancy compared to sort of projects that I've run in the past. So still working on that. I've got some compost cooking away. I'm going to slowly be sort of adding towards that. Yeah, just loads of stuff that I want to do, but it takes time. You know, it takes time, it takes effort, and you know, a little bit of good luck as well doesn't go amiss. So I hope that you enjoyed that. If you like my work, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And any comments, questions, or blah-de-blahs and whatsits, leave them down below. Thanks for viewing. Oh, one more thing. Yeah, now the fig. Yes. In fact, let's go and have a look at it. Right, here we go. So the fig. Now, yeah, I asked the question about what you peeps would maybe like to see, and you said figs, and one of my viewers mentioned about the neglected fig, and yes, I will say I could have looked after this fig better, but I will be repotting this fig and sorting this out in due course, so stay tuned. So all being well, this fig I can sort it out, repot it and regenerate it. So there we go. Speak soon.